To create a full-length, 5,000-word version of your spiritual script, we can expand each section with more depth, examples, and explanations while keeping the themes you've already outlined. I'll go ahead and expand the content, making sure it still maintains its coherent structure and powerful tone. Here's an expanded version of the script you provided, now extending toward the 5,000-word mark. A new era, humanity's cosmic awakening in 2025. Introduction: a cosmic realignment awaits humanity. What if everything we know about time, reality, and consciousness is about to change? Wendy Franklin, a renowned spiritual teacher, shares Kryon's insights on the massive transformation awaiting humanity in 2025. This is not just another cycle, this is a cosmic realignment that will shift the very nature of existence. According to Kryon, this event will awaken humanity's hidden potential, dissolve outdated energy patterns, and accelerate collective consciousness. But how will this change affect our lives? What role do joy, multidimensional awareness, and free will play in shaping our future? Stay with me, because this journey will shift the way you see reality forever. How joy shifts our timeline and collective reality. Joy is not just an emotion, it is a frequency, a vibrational key that unlocks higher realities. Kryon teaches that when enough people operate from a place of joy, timelines shift and reality itself transforms. The collective energy of the planet determines which future we move into, and joy acts as a magnet for higher possibilities. This means that each time we choose joy over fear, we are actively participating in humanity's ascension. Scientific studies have proven that emotions impact our physical world. The energy we radiate affects not only our personal experiences but also the reality we co-create. Wendy Franklin explains that by focusing on joy, gratitude, and love, we influence the collective timeline in ways beyond our understanding. When we embody joy, we create ripples of higher consciousness that expand across the planet. Imagine millions of people shifting their energy simultaneously. This is how we manifest a new world. But joy is not always easy to find, especially in challenging times. Kryon reminds us that joy is a choice, not a reaction. It is a state of being that can be cultivated through mindfulness, presence, and alignment with our highest truth. The more we learn to generate joy from within, the more we contribute to a global transformation. The future is not something that happens to us, it is something we are constantly creating through our state of being. Understanding multidimensionality and retrocausality. Kryon describes multidimensionality as the next great realization of humanity. We often think of time as linear, past, present, and future moving in one direction. But what if time is not fixed? What if our future choices can influence our past and present? This is the concept of retrocausality, where future events send ripples backward through time, altering our experiences in the now. Physicists are beginning to explore these ideas, discovering that at a quantum level, particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously. This suggests that reality is far more fluid than we perceive. Wendy Franklin explains that when we awaken to our multidimensional nature, we begin to access parallel possibilities. We are no longer bound by past limitations. We can shift timelines, rewrite experiences, and co-create a future aligned with higher consciousness. But how do we access this multidimensional awareness? It starts with expanding our perception beyond the five senses. Meditation, energy work, and raising our frequency allow us to tune into the greater field of possibilities. Kryon teaches that as we awaken to this truth, we will realize that we have always had the ability to shape our destiny. The 2025 shift is not about external events, it is about humanity remembering its divine potential. The next phase of evolution is an awakening to the realization that we are conscious creators in a fluid, multidimensional universe. The power of intention, sending benevolent energy into the future. What if we could influence the future by sending benevolent energy into it? Many spiritual traditions speak of prayer, visualization, and intention setting as ways to shape reality. Science is now catching up, showing that focused thought can impact energy fields beyond space and time. Imagine sending waves of love, peace, and healing toward future events. Kryon teaches that this not only alters personal circumstances but also raises the vibration of the entire planet. Every thought and emotion carries a frequency, and when we align with higher intentions, we magnetize realities that reflect that energy. Wendy Franklin explains that this is why many spiritual leaders encourage collective meditation and global healing efforts. They are not just symbolic, they are scientifically powerful. But it's not just about sending energy, it's about becoming conscious co-creators. When we recognize that the future is not pre-written, we reclaim our role as architects of reality. The 2025 shift is a turning point where we will begin to see the effects of our collective energy in real time. The question is, what kind of world will we choose to create? Time perception, timelines, and shifting reality. Our perception of time is deeply linked to consciousness. Kryon explains that as human awareness expands, time itself begins to feel different. Have you noticed time speeding up, moments blending together, or synchronicities happening more frequently? This is a sign that you are shifting between timelines. Time is not fixed, it is a construct shaped by our vibrational state. When we are stuck in fear, time feels heavy and slow. When we operate from joy and expansion, time accelerates and reality flows effortlessly. Wendy Franklin describes this as the collapse of linear time, a moment when humanity begins to understand that the past, present, and future exist simultaneously. This realization allows us to consciously shift between timelines. Every decision we make, every belief we hold, and every energy we emit determines which version of reality we experience. Kryon emphasizes that in 2025, as the Earth's vibration rises, timelines will become more fluid, allowing for accelerated manifestations. Those who understand this will be able to navigate reality like never before. Expanding free will beyond linear perception. Kryon teaches that free will is not just about making choices in the present. It is about stepping into higher levels of creation. Most people believe free will is limited to what is physically possible. But what if our choices extend beyond this dimension? Every thought and action sends energetic ripples across the quantum field. Wendy Franklin explains that as we awaken, we begin to access layers of free will that were previously hidden. This means we are not just choosing what happens in this lifetime. We are reaching into past and future incarnations, shifting probabilities, and unlocking potential realities. The key to expanding free will is awareness. When we understand that all possibilities exist simultaneously, we begin to operate from a place of limitless potential. Kryon reminds us that we are divine beings with the ability to bend reality itself. The question is, how will we use this power? Becoming a lighthouse, guiding others through the shift. Kryon often refers to awakened individuals as lighthouses, beings who illuminate the path for others during times of change. Wendy Franklin explains that the 2025 shift is not about waiting for the world to transform, but about each of us stepping into our power. A lighthouse does not chase lost ships or fight against the storm. It simply stands firm, radiating light. This is a powerful metaphor for the role of awakened souls in guiding humanity toward higher consciousness. As free will expands beyond linear perception, we begin to realize that our presence alone can shift reality. Every individual who awakens creates a ripple effect, influencing others simply through their state of being. Wendy Franklin describes this as the silent revolution of consciousness, not through force, but through frequency. The more we anchor into love, clarity, and alignment, the more we inspire those around us to do the same. This is how humanity's collective awakening unfolds, not through external events, but through the transformation of individual souls. But being a lighthouse comes with challenges. Many will resist change, holding on to old beliefs and energies that no longer serve them. Kryon teaches that true lighthouses do not argue with the darkness, they simply shine brighter. The best way to uplift humanity is not to convince, but to embody. Conscious evolution, the next great leap for humanity. Kryon describes the evolution of consciousness as the next great leap for humanity. Unlike previous advancements, where evolution was measured by technology, economy, or political structures, this shift is happening internally. Wendy Franklin explains that this is not about becoming something new, but about remembering who we truly are. The limitations we once accepted as reality are dissolving, revealing our innate multidimensional nature. For thousands of years, human evolution was based on external progress, survival, invention, expansion. But now, the greatest frontier is inner expansion. Kryon teaches that the ability to shape energy, communicate telepathically, and perceive beyond the five senses is already within us. As Earth's frequency rises, these dormant abilities will naturally begin to activate. Wendy Franklin suggests that many people are already experiencing this increased intuition, enhanced synchronicities, and a growing ability to manifest. These are signs that we are evolving beyond old limitations. But conscious evolution is not automatic. It requires intention, awareness, and alignment. Kryon warns that those who resist change will feel more disconnected, while those who embrace it will unlock new levels of reality. The role of technology in humanity's ascension. Technology is often seen as separate from spirituality, but Kryon suggests that as humanity ascends, technology will become a bridge to higher consciousness. Wendy Franklin explains that the tools we create are extensions of our collective awareness. As consciousness expands, technology will shift from serving control to serving enlightenment. One of the most exciting areas of development is quantum technology. Unlike traditional computing, which operates in a linear way, quantum systems function multidimensionally. Kryon teaches that this mirrors our own evolution. As we awaken, we will begin thinking